Hey, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Wanted to give you an update on Bitcoin, Ethereum, talk about the S&P 500 and the DXY a little bit today as well, where I think this rally could potentially top out. So we had Powell speak today, made things jump up a good amount. And I think it's obviously, just a little rally, still a bear market rally, but I think it will kind of come down. And I think this could be kind of the last week for this rally, and then we'll start to see more red next week. If you guys are interested in trading, check out the link below for BITGET. Really good promo going on right now. First link down below. Also, my trading course down below. The Black Friday sale ends in like 2 days, so check that out if you're interested. So yeah, weekly, 2 week right here, red dot. Look, I mean, you could still confirm this red dot with this money flow coming out. Even if you pump up to like 18K, even probably up to around 18.5K would be the highest I could possibly, see us going in the next couple days within, by early next week. I don't think we're going to get that high. The big place I'm looking at right now is really this point right here with the spiral line, this fib level with the spiral line, 17.6 for the next place to get up to. And that would make sense. And also the 300 weekly moving average. I think it would make sense to test this at some point. If we don't test this here, we probably will test this, before we really come down a lot more, it kind of seems like. Also possible, we test it much later, a few more months if it's a lot lower at that point, but we'll see. But I think that's a significant point that we definitely can test. 18K. If we make it there, that's going to be a big area to look to short. 3-day green dot, is confirms in 2 days. That could be a lot of times in bear markets when these confirm, when these bullish signs confirm, like the 3-day green dot, that's when it's all over. So we could come up to, this area between 17.5 to 18K in those next 3 days, next 2 days, I should say. And then we could come down. So you could see more of a jump upward. And this is kind of just a cleanse. This is a nice cleanse in the market before you, really see that 2-week red dot play out, in my opinion. Also daily, green dot right there. 12-hour, the thing you want to really look for the nice short, for the big short, on the 10 and 12-hour, look at these very split RSIs. You want to look for a situation like this where the RSIs start to split down, and then you get either a bearish div or a red dot confirmed. Here you got a little jump up, but if you had your stop loss above that swing high, you would have been fine there. That's the big trend reversal, and that could really bring you down to a lower low, even below 15.5, right down to the 14s back there. So that's what you want to look at in the 10-hour and the 12-hour. This could come up a little bit higher too in the next couple days, in the next 2 days, like I've been talking about, up to kind of this height, like these two. That's the big place to look for a potential short and to obviously take profits if you are long right now. So that's what you're looking at right now. And obviously never financial advice, anything could happen, but usually the split RSIs play out pretty well. They do give you a little bit of some false narratives on the 6-hour. I mean, you did come down there, but this one you started curving down. Nope, little rejection or a little pump upward. Probably, it's hard to say here. This could come up a little bit higher. I'd be looking for probably a bearish div for a swing short or more of a long-term short. A bearish div on your 6-hour with a rejection off of probably one of these areas to try to go short here. Also, 4-hour in the green. Once this starts to come up a little bit more, this could come up a little bit more in the next day or two, bring you up to these general areas. Then once that's higher in the green, then it's probably going to roll over and then you come down lower. So that's what I'm looking at right there. For the short term, I'm sitting back right now. This is probably the hardest time to trade, I would say. Once you get past, once you get to Thanksgiving until the next year starts, less trading volume, there's weird volatility. It's always a little bit tougher to trade in those environments. Wait till it looks good. I mean, I had an ETH short in yesterday that hit first take profit, got stopped out in profit. There were a couple losers the past week, probably one of the worst weeks for trading since probably July or August or even June for me. So it happens. You always use good risk management, not the end of the world, but maybe 3 or 4 losing trades back there. So just not the best time, but I think it should get better. I mean, if it doesn't get better in December, I'm confident January into next year will be really good. But it's a patience game. Now 10-hour or 10-minute, could come back into the green like this. You get up to these levels, then look for that short. So that's what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Ethereum, I kind of drew it out earlier here. I think this is one of the big points that you're going to look for around 13, 20. You're getting close to there. I mean, it'll be interesting if we're able to come higher than this swing high on November 10th. Could be a double bottom at that point. You know, you come here and then you start to wick up a little bit higher next day or two. That would be, I'm curious what the percentage here would be. So that's about a 4%. I'm curious if Bitcoin comes up to, yeah, 3-4%. That would be the same if Bitcoin comes up to there. I think, you know, it'll probably, you know, go hand in hand right there, get up to that point. It's the same general outlook on Ethereum right now, the same general type of thing. I mean, on this 2-day right here, especially if we curve into the red, that's where this rally is really over. We curve into the red, that's probably a good short opportunity, especially with the VWAP curving downward as well. That'll probably come back down. Also, the like I said on Bitcoin, you know, 12-hour, once those RSIs start to split and curve down, maybe a bearish div, at least a red dot, look for, especially if it happens while we hit this area. On the 10-hour look, you're getting pretty high in these RSIs. If you come up a little bit higher in the next day or two, maybe Friday, then you come downward. Then that's where you probably come downward. Weekend, I could see the weekend be where we're just going some weird sideways volatility, just, you know, stopping out all the people shorting early. And then finally towards the end of the weekend into Monday, then you kind of start to come back down. That's my kind of guess for it. So not the most ideal place to trade, but I think there will be a nice scalp opportunity, especially if we get up to this area. But right now, I'd be careful because you're not really hitting anything too significant other than the psychological area of 1300. I mean, see this bearish div didn't really, this bearish div didn't really give you much right there. I mean, maybe it will play out. Maybe that's a swing high right there, and then you come down a bit, but be careful. That's all I would say. I'm not taking that trade just yet. Getting a bearish div there. Money flow is still coming up on your 10-minute, though. So not seeing exactly what I want to see just yet for, you know, potential top. Now, if we move on to the S&P 500, what could happen? So obviously, I think it's going to follow it. What could happen here is what you want to look for, especially on this, I believe it's the 3-day and the 2-day, or mainly the 3-day. RSI is starting to split apart here. As these RSIs start to curve down and you get a red dot, that's when this rally could kind of be over. Now, if Bitcoin comes up a little bit more, another 4 or 5%, this could come up to around 413, this fib level right here, and then you'd probably come down a bit. Look at those split RSIs in the daily. I think it's inevitable that this is kind of going to play out bearish here and just start to come down. So yeah. You just got to look for, especially on the 12-hour too, money flow coming out, that next bearish div should give you what you need for a short there. Also, the DXY, I think this could come down a little bit more. I mean, you're towards kind of maybe the bottom of this range, maybe come down to 103, a little bit more here, especially if the market continues to come up. See, you're kind of rejecting from here. I think you come down to this in, next couple days, maybe 2 days. If you move down farther, come down to that, and then you get a nice jump upward. And you kind of end the rally with that. We got CPI numbers coming out. We have the decision on how much they're going to raise rates coming out. I think those things will be more bearish for the market. Powell's speech was more hawkish to a certain extent. The only reason it pumped up was because there's an expectation of less of a rate hike, but it is still hawkish for the most part. Until unemployment gets real bad, until things get real bad, real blood, I don't think they're going to really pivot. And then once they pivot, usually it comes down farther after they pivot. You don't even hit the bottom yet. So that's what you got to worry about there. All right, guys, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out my link to BITGET down below if you're an experienced trader, really good promo. And also check out my trading course, Black Friday sale down below as well if you're interested. A lot of people have really liked it. And that should be about it for now, guys. I want you to have a good one. And also, please check out my Twitch down below. The live streams are exclusively on Twitch. We just have a lot of fun in there. So check that out. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.